Their artistic abilities.
The elevator broke down suddenly, and the strange pair of men and women were trapped inside. In a panic, the man immediately pressed the door button, but there was no response, and the same thing happened when he pressed the call button. Obviously, the control panel of the elevator has been completely disconnected, and the lonely man and widow are trapped here. What happens next between them will subvert your imagination. The man tried to move the elevator door with his bare hands, but it didn't work at all, so the two kept waving at the surveillance camera for help. But the security guards didn't know where they went at this time. They took out their mobile phones and wanted to call the police for help, but their mobile phones had no signal at all. It just so happened that today was Friday, and everyone in this building had already gone home from work, but these two people were the only ones trapped here. The woman is very anxious to fly home and surprise her boyfriend. Now it seems that the flight is late. Although they shouted for help, there was no movement outside. Immediately afterwards, they tried to open the ceiling, but the partition on the top could not be opened, and their efforts were in vain. Might as well sit down and rest. An hour passed quickly. What should I do? Since tomorrow is Valentine's Day, the companies in this building have given their employees 4 days off, unless no one comes to work until Tuesday. Now the two have nothing to do, they can only sit down and chat to pass the time. The woman's name is Lisa, a sales executive, and the man's name is Jack, the boss of an accounting company. Obviously, neither of them is a screwdriver. In this case, they got to know each other. Then Jack handed over a bottle of water very considerately, which immediately made Lisa feel good about her and let her guard down. The constant talking and communication relieved the anxiety of the two. But while chatting, Lisa suddenly had the urge to urinate, but she is a very private person. If it wasn't for the man next to her, she would have been in a hurry. There was no other way but to close the valve painfully. Just then, Jack gave him a suggestion. Let him pee in his thermos while he promises not to peek. Helpless, Lisa couldn't bear it anymore, so he could only solve it on the spot according to Jack's method. I didn't expect the man to be so gentlemanly and humorous. After being relaxed, Lisa was in a very happy mood. She began to believe that the man was a gentleman, and the two chatted again. When the conversation got dry, Jack opened a bottle of red wine that he brought with him, and the two of them quickly finished the bottle of red wine. Under the influence of alcohol, they chatted more and more, and fell in love to the depths. The two also negotiated a multi-billion project, and they were not afraid of being photographed by the surveillance in the elevator. After the project was completed, the man expressed his love to Lisa and confirmed the relationship. Unexpectedly, Lisa turned out to be a scumbag. She didn't want to leave her boyfriend because she still loved her deeply. And the man in front of him has not known each other for a day, so there is no way between them. Lisa said that she just wanted to tell the truth, and hoped that Jack would be more rational. But at this time the man was in a hurry, and the two immediately argued. At this time, the man only told the truth. In fact, his name was not Jack, but John. He is not the boss of an accounting company at all, but a professional security guard in this building. He has been secretly in love with Lisa for a long time, and monitors her every move every day. He knows exactly what time he goes to work and when he leaves work. In order to pursue Lisa, the man deliberately made this elevator. After meeting and learning the truth, Lisa instantly felt a chill down her back. But at this time Jack suddenly took out a key and said that Lisa could leave whenever she wanted. Immediately afterwards, it was inserted into the keyhole and turned, and the elevator immediately returned to normal. Seeing this little beauty is going crazy. I'll tell you later. Come on. Hearing this, the man didn't want to go to jail, so he immediately turned off the brake. Lisa rushed over to grab the key in a panic, but accidentally kicked the key and broke it. This is a big trouble, and the only life-saving straw that can get out was destroyed by them. This made Lisa go crazy, beat John severely, and even hit John with high heels in anger. See him lying unconscious on the ground. Lisa finally calmed down. She stepped forward to check in fear. But suddenly... Wait. When Lisa woke up, John just squatted in the corner like this. He began to explain his behavior to Lisa, but Lisa still accused him of kidnapping himself. The angry John rushed over instantly, but he didn't want to hurt the woman in front of him. To vent, he scooped up the thermos and slammed his anus wildly. Lisa on the side squatted down and trembled. At this time, John finally vented. He began to regain his senses, and apologized to Lisa very gently, and admitted his mistake. But Lisa had already lost her soul in fright. She didn't dare to provoke this violent man again. The most urgent thing is to find a way to get out. At this time, John found that the ceiling cover was not screwed, and then he smashed it with a thermos cup, and unexpectedly opened the escape hole easily. John wants Lisa to push him up so that he can go outside to find tools and open the elevator door. But Lisa didn't believe it at all, and he lied that he didn't have enough interests, so it's better to let John push him up first. After he goes out, he must follow the instructions to open the door. Lisa also vowed that she would never call the police after going out, and played an emotional card with John, saying that she still remembered the sweet moment with him just now, and hoped that she could give birth to 18 children for him after going out. After hearing this, John was really moved, and immediately tied up Mabudu and asked him to go up, but unexpectedly, Lisa turned her face on the road and gave the man a middle finger. The woman's mouth, the deceitful and ghostly John was underneath, but he jumped up alive, and he was so angry that he beat the elevator violently. He vowed to kill this woman. At this time, Lisa has already climbed up step by step. At this moment, John calmed down. He found clothes and tied them together, then hung on the beam and successfully climbed to the bottom of the elevator. Soon he caught up, and the distance between the two was only one step away. At the critical moment, Lisa finally came to the elevator door, and John was about to catch up. He quickly moved the anus away with both hands. Ah! After a while, Lisa woke up first. Seeing the firefighting device on the top, she thought of a way, so she took shredded paper and lit the fire, hoping to trigger the fire alarm to attract firefighters. However, John also woke up at this moment. Lisa kicked him to the ground without saying a word, and then quickly took cloth strips to tie him up. At this moment, the firefighting device happened to be triggered, and John knew that he was going to go to jail. But what he never expected was that Lisa suddenly held scissors in her left hand and a lighter in her right. Apparently he was going to turn the man into a eunuch. At this moment, John screamed in fright, but it was just Lisa scaring him. In order to preserve the man's dignity, John was forced to record and admit the crime he had committed. Soon it was Sunday night. At this time, the security guard Lao Wang brought his new girlfriend to the building for a date. He wanted to introduce him to John, but he couldn't find anyone. He checked the monitor and discovered the situation. 2 people in the elevator were lying dying in the elevator. They had been trapped for 54 hours at this moment. Seeing this, Pharaoh immediately rushed over to save people. The moment he opened the elevator door, Lisa quickly got up and called for help. Since the elevator is between the 4th and 5th floors, it is not safe to climb down now. Lao Wang wanted to see if he could lower the elevator. But the moment she turned around, Lisa was suddenly attacked. Lao Wang turned around but was stunned, and he didn't see Lisa's response to his inquiry. But then John responded to him. Because it was unknown, Lao Wang threw the elevator key up and asked John to lower the elevator by himself. But John said that if the hole was broken, Lao Wang wanted to climb up to help. But as soon as he leaned in for half his body, John suddenly started the elevator and grabbed Lao Wang's hands. The unlucky old Wang was cut off by the waist like this, and died tragically at the elevator entrance. Then John carried Lisa to the underground garage, put it in the trunk, and immediately went back to clean up the scene and change her clothes. Then he went to the lobby on the first floor and deleted all the surveillance videos. But he didn't expect that this was a woman who appeared out of nowhere, and he only now learned that this was Lao Wang's new girlfriend. John can only lie to him that Lao Wang has returned home. While the girl turned to leave, John suddenly rushed out and killed him too. After disposing of the body, John drove the car to an empty alley, then filled the garbage can with gasoline, and prepared to kill Lisa. The backwater is the disappearance. But when he opened the trunk, he found that Lisa's eyes were staring straight, and there was no sign of life, which made her let down her guard. Then slowly and leisurely, she took the handbag and threw it into the trash can, but Lisa was just pretending to be dead. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Lisa hurriedly drove away in the car, but before she had driven far, she suddenly stopped, thinking that she must never let this pervert get away with it. So put the reverse gear on. Before John could react, Lisa started to reverse the car at the fastest speed. At this moment of life and death, John had no choice but to jump into the dumpster. But under the violent impact, he was unfortunately raped and penetrated through the body. In the end, Lisa kindly arranged for him a free cremation service. Well, this is the end of the story.